We'll be deploying a private coding assistant in 5 minutes together, if the network is with me. So hopefully it should be good. I'm Yann, I'm the co-founder and CEO of Koyeb. I've been building cloud infrastructure for a little while, and basically we're going to focus on the last steps. The rest is the past, doesn't matter much. We're doing an AI serverless cloud infrastructure today. What our core business is to provide a fully managed global serverless platform to let you deploy both high-performance APIs and inference workloads. Today, we'll be focusing on the inference workload side with an LLM which is deployed. And basically, what we are going to do is we will deploy a private coding assistant on GPU with Code from Mistral. And use it in VS Code with a tool called continue.dev, which is doing like the autocomplete and giving you the plugin, basically, to query the model. So if I click on the link at the bottom, basically, I would land here, more or less, to deploy Olama. And I have a huge like deploy button. So I can actually technically hit this button. Whoa, this is like super bright. I'm going to deploy it on a GPU to make it faster. So we have a few like kind of machines. But basically, what it does is it deploys an Olama server, which is packaged in a Docker container. I'm going to pick a GPU to make it faster. Here, and it's in Frankfurt, so that's OK, and we'll just hit deploy. And so the good news is the network seems to be working. So what is going to be happening in a few minutes is that we're going to create a virtual machine with a Docker container running inside of it, and the GPU which is passed to the Docker container. So it should take something like actually, I can maybe zoom out a bit. It should take something like 1 minute, basically. And because I don't want to make you wait this minute, we'll switch to one which is already running. So we have the one which is starting here. We have at the top, we have one which I created before, and we have an open web UI, which is actually like querying like the Olama model. And so I previously pulled like 2 models. So this is a service, which is exactly what we just did. So if I go to the right tab, I will be querying. So, wow, this is also too big. OK, so this is just a web UI to query the model directly. And I can query like a tiny llama model, which I pulled on this Code model. So I previously asked, hey, do you know how to write Python? Maybe I can ask, like, and what about Ruby? And basically, it should work if everything is with me. And use this remote model. And I'm going to use the exact same remote instance. And so the end game of this is to have your own private model, which is not trained on like third party, which is not reusing your data, and that you can trust. So yeah, apparently it also knows how to run Ruby, so it's good news. And you can also use the exact same model inside of VS Code. So we are using a tool called continue.dev. It's the one which is open like here on the left. You have a chat. And you have basically also a simple config. So it's using like this app which is deployed on Koyeb.app. So it's a remote server. And it's going to provide autocomplete, but with a fully private model. So here I can basically interact with the model directly, and I will ask, like, I want to, because what I actually want to do today is like to create like a service on Koyeb with our own Python SDK. And actually, I'm not writing much software these days, so the model is going to help me out here. So I wrote like some lines before, so it's basically importing our SDK, creating a basic model. And if I go basically forward, normally it should like suggest me code using this remote model, and actually it works. And so this is actually querying like the remote Olama instance, which is running Codestral. So it's not on my laptop, and it's like using high performance machine and can be used like in a professional context. So yeah, and so I can actually like also ask the model on the left something. So I'm new to to Koyeb and need to create a server with the Python SDK. Oh, and now the model doesn't want to work anymore. That's interesting. So I have no idea what's happening. Oh, just like it decided to take some. Yeah, it works. And so, yeah, that's going to conclude the demo for tonight. But basically, the end game is to show that like you can run like something which is usable in. Oh, and actually there is a feedback here, so that's interesting to know for the next speakers. Yeah, so the end game is was to show you that it's like not really complex to have something which is an LLM, but in a completely private setup and production grade. So yeah. So we have more GPUs coming up with the same exact developer experience and optimized boots. And so if you want to try it out, you can go on koyeb.com and we give free credit. And that's it for me for tonight.
Woohoo! Thank you, Yann.